You can see I'm driving this car behind me here. I've been driving it all around Algeria by myself, no problems, except for the speed bumps in this country. So I really don't have many bad things to say about Algeria, but my God, these speed bumps. Hello and good morning from Sétif. So I'm here in this Algerian city. It's probably the most important city in eastern Algeria in terms of the economy. It is really known as the trading city. So a lot of business happens here in Sétif, and I'm going to be exploring the city a little bit. I spent the night here on my way from Mujii. I stopped here to spend the night. And then later today, I'm going to be going to the Roman ruins of Jemilة, which are about an hour away from Sétif. So perfect place to spend the night, get a little rest, and continue on my tour around this amazing country, Algeria. So I've entered the Archaeology Museum of Sétif, and a really great thing about Algeria is museum entrance fees are very cheap. So I've now been to like 2 or 3 museums in this country, and I can recall each time it's usually about 200 dinar, which is less than $1, less than €1. So like everything is really cheap, and there's no like separate foreigner price. It's the same price. So really good deal, and you can really appreciate the cultural history here in Algeria due to those cheap prices.
This is the Ain al-Fora fountain in Sétif. It is a very popular landmark in the city and subject to a lot of controversy. Many extremists have tried to destroy the statue or deface it in the past because it is a naked woman in a predominantly Muslim country. This is what causes a lot of the controversy. Lastly, I'm finishing up my tour of Sétif at the mall. I think it's very easy to think of Algeria and my videos on it as this really historical place. Maybe it's all desert or something like that, but no, it's not. There are malls. There are very normal places that people go and live, and I want to show that.
All right, I've made it to Jemilة. You can see I'm driving this car behind me here. I've been driving it all around Algeria by myself, no problems, except for the speed bumps in this country. So I really don't have many bad things to say about Algeria, but my God, these speed bumps, there's so many, and there's like no sign. There's very rarely to even have a sign to show that there's a speed bump. Sometimes there's just something very small on the side of the road, no sign at all. And it's not so bad during the day, but you're always driving like you're anticipating, where's the speed bump? Where's the speed bump? What, is this gonna ruin my car? And then at night, it's like 100 times worse because you can't see and you have no idea when these speed bumps are coming. So, I mean, Algeria, like the roads are fine, but the speed bumps, oh my gosh, it's the worst part about this country.
We're now entering the Jemila Museum, which is right on site, and you can see beautiful mosaic Roman paintings. So the interesting thing about the Jemila site is that it was built around 1000 AD, and it's located in the mountains. So the area I am in is about 1 kilometer above sea level, and so it's a really interesting example of a mountainous site for Roman ruins. It was an entire Roman city. It's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is really important to note. So I'm really excited to show you this beautiful place. Right now you can see the museum, some of those mosaics, some of those statues, all taken from the site around here. So ancient Jemila would have had everything, like a forum, a senate, everything to make it a proper Roman city. So you can actually see a mock-up of the place here. So it was built on a hill. So you've got the city and it's leading up into the hill. This would have given it a defensive position from attacks. As we come into the site here, you can see it from a distance. So there's this nice little viewpoint, and then I'm going to zoom in right now and you can get a really good view at some of the buildings from a distance. You see, like, obviously it's ruins now, it's destroyed, but this is where the city would have been. I think one of the interesting things about Jemila is there's a lot of Christian artifacts and ruins here. And I find that very interesting because you don't really think of like Roman ruins as being very Christian. Christianity came to the Roman Empire quite late. But what's very interesting is even though this was founded in 100 AD, it would have been after Christianity started. It was not till like several hundred years later that Christianity really like spread to these areas. And so there are Christian ruins here, little temples and things that would have been a part of Christianity at the time. As we move up the stairs here, you can see that this clearly is an ancient temple. So I'm no expert on Roman things. This is not really my field, but I find this very interesting. I've seen a lot of other buildings like this going all the way to Iraq, all across the Mediterranean, and you see these buildings and then you go inside and then that's where they would have had, whatever was the sort of god they were worshiping. So some sort of oracle or statue would have been here in this building. That would have been the temple, and it's so interesting to see it again here, really just across the Roman Empire, all of the extent that it went. You can see things like this in Lebanon. You can see them here in Algeria. Very cool.
It's really just been an amazing time viewing these ruins here in Algeria. I think it's so awesome that there's so much culture and ancient things to see and history all within this country. You can go from the ocean to the mountains to the desert to Roman ruins like this. You could even do it all in one day. Something I just find so fascinating about Algeria. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this trip to Sétif and Djemila.